Well, guys, you just saw a little pre-race little thing there for you guys, but it is time now for the race that will make a difference for some of these drivers to make the chase or to be left out for the rest of the season and have to come back next season for the championship. We are here finally for race number 26 here at Richmond. The defining race where everything's going to be on the line in the championship for some of these drivers to make it. We have 5 drivers already locked in, the top 4 in the standings, which are James McLeod, Sean Henley, Jack Richards, and Steven Gonzalez. And one driver at least guaranteed a wildcard spot to make the chase. That is Eric Burton, who can also race his way into the top 10 and give up the wildcard situation, who uses bonus points, and that can open the door for one of these single win drivers to get one of the wildcard spots. A lot of things are going to be happening. It's going to be a crazy race. But we have Ralph Green on the pole today, the tie for the winningest driver in Mountain Race Series history, with now James McLeod, who won at Bristol and tied him. Ralph's no longer the sole possession of first now, but he is trying to get win number 8 today. He's starting where he needs to on the pole. And coincidentally, the driver that was driving the 28 last year, James Quall, started on the... Actually, he didn't start on the pole, he started second, but won the race. So this is the race. The last time we saw the 28 car hit victory lane. Can Ralph Green return to victory lane for the first time in over a season? On the outside of him is Steven Gonzalez, still looking for that first win. We've documented it a million times, or I have. He's been looking for that win for so long. Steven's going to have a good chance to do it. He's starting what James Qualls did last year on the outside. Got the lead, and we'll see if he can do it just like James did a season ago. Row 2, you have Seth Cole and Jacob Rodriguez, both not locked in, both needing a good run. Jacob came in 4th in the standings, almost a lock, just not all the way in, but where he is right now, we'll definitely lock him in. Seth Cole might be the same. He's 9th. He has to stay up front. Row 3, you have Danny Wells, who is outside the top 10. He needs to finish well and jump into the top 10 or win this race. Regardless, the higher he finishes, the more chance he might have to make the chase. Tim Fralick starts 6th in the 36, already out of it. James Qualls, 19th in the standings, winner of this race 1 season ago. He pulled a miracle off last year, gaining 10 spots in the final race, going from 30th to 20th, just getting a wildcard spot and making the chase last year. He's going to need a lot of help again this year, but we'll see what he can do in the 6th car. Jessica Lawrence starts 8th. And round out your top 10 is Zach Carlson and Trent Dunham. Zach is 16th in the standings with only 1 win. He needs to win another race or finish as best as he can. Trent Dunham, 7th in the standings, or excuse me, 6th in the standings. Trent is 35 points up on 10th place. Mike Becker, Trent's going to have to run solid, but he's almost a sure lock as well, as long as nothing terrible happens. But we will document the other drivers as we get ready to take the starting grid. And I forgot the name of the race sponsor, but I will say it after the starting grid. But the cars are going to be getting ready to roll on by, and we will talk during the race. Or I will. Just updating drivers that are trying to make the chase and keep an eye on where everybody's at. 40 laps in Richmond, and we're getting ready to go green. And your starting lineup will be following up right after this.
Just like I told these boys in the meeting, we don't need anything over the top today. We got a good race car, we got a good driver, we got a good
pit crew. It's a short track, so
here's
your starting lineup for today's Richmond race. Get ready for race 26 here at Richmond.
Now, bud.
Back, guys, on the starting grid. This is the Federated Auto Parts 400. I could not remember it. I had it remembered this whole time, but I was doing other stuff. But the Federated Auto Parts 400, the last race of the regular season, is underway. We are racing here at Richmond. The race is on to get in the chase for Season 4 of the Mountain Race Series. Ralph Green trying to get a good run on Steven Gonzalez. He's trying to fight back on the high side. Gonzalez getting a run up there. We'll see if he can clear him, though, but he's still trying. He's digging hard on the outside in that 22. There's nothing more Steven wants is a win, but Ralph's going to clear off the corner. Ralph's going to lead the first lap. Seth Cole will move into second, Danny Wells third, and James Qualls is going for 4th on Steven Gonzalez. And Gonzalez is fighting hard on the outside. Doesn't look like the outside has anything right now early in this race. Go to the back right here. Emilio Navarre, Adrian Becker. Some of the drivers you got to keep an eye on that started near the back. There's Aaron Williams. He's dropping to the back. He's got started on the outside. He's stuck up there with Brandon Parsons. Parsons 11th in the standings. He doesn't need this right now in his long race. There's Matthew Rodriguez right behind Ryan Acosta, who's also slipping back. He's in danger of falling out of the top 10. Jack Richards already locked in, getting passed by Barney Ward. Mike Becker and teammate Dylan Young racing side by side with Red Bell straight ahead. There is James McLeod, the points leader, coming in. He would like to win another race for sure. He's going to cruise right here. He's locked in. Ryan Jute, Trent Dunham finally got into the bottom. Oh, Tim Freilich starting to slip back in the 36 car. And we go back up to the front. Ralph Green still leading. Now Danny Wells is taking second. Danny knows he has to win this race. He got by Seth Cole. Cole's going to drop back to third. James Pauls is battling Steven Gonzalez for fourth. He is clear. The defending winner of this race is up to fourth, and that 6 car looks very fast today. Out of the Roush Fenway camp. 2 of the Roush cars up in the top 5. Then you got a Wood Brothers Ford right there. Zach Carlson racing with Zohar Mutton. Carlson has to do whatever he can to get in the chase as well. And it looks like Gonzalez was going after Qualls, couldn't do it. But right now, Ralph Green is setting sail right now, ahead of Danny Wells and Seth Cole. Like I said, the points will have to be tallied after this race. Won't no guarantee who's going to be in it yet. We'll have to wait and see. That's the one thing that kind of sucks. I can't show it just yet. After the race, have to tally it up and look at it. And Aaron Williams is falling all the way to the back with his teammate Matthew Rodriguez. RCR cars are struggling in the back. And Ryan Acosta is too. Acosta 8th in the standings. Aaron Williams 18th, and Matthew Rodriguez, I believe, is 13th. Man, what are they're doing in the back? And there's Brandon Parsons. It looks like Jack Richards is still falling back. He's right in front of Daryl Parsons. I don't know what's going on there. Dylan Young, Red Bell is stuck on the high side. A lot of drivers needing good runs are stuck on the high side or just struggling with the handle of the car. Mike Becker, 10th in the standings, on the bubble with only 1 win. We go find where Eric Burton is. He's the big key of what's going to happen today. Eric has worked his way up. He's in the top 10. He was 11th at the line. He's going by Sean Henley and Jacob Rodriguez with help from Jessica Miller behind him. Taylor Orndorff, he goes by Liam Ervig. That was for 7th. So that means Eric Burton's in 10th place. He might be in the top 10. He's ahead of Ryan Acosta. I don't know for sure. He's ahead of Mike Becker and Brandon Parsons. Seth Cole is ahead of him. That's the only one in the range that's ahead of him. Go back up here. And we got a battle for second once again as the leader, Ralph Green, is up by 0.6 over this battle for second. Seth Cole's going to take it back from Danny Wells, and it looks like Green did not get off the corner that well. Seth Cole and Danny Wells are racing hard, but they're actually closing back in on the 28 car of Ralph Green. As Ralph is leading some of the lap season, not really much this season. He's used to being leading. Just struggled this heavily with his team this season, just not got anything going. And Brandon Parsons, as he is right now, he will miss the chase. He will not be in the top 10. He's driving hard to get back around a couple cars. Every point matters in this race. Oh, Mike Becker, just to get the battle, got turned by Matt Wells. That would have definitely ended Mike Becker's chances of making the chase if he would have got turned by the 97. That was a close call right there for the 43. Randy Carpenter going after Cody Lammers. There's Aaron Reed, who was looking to make the chase this season. Him and his teammate both struggled, him and Ralph Green. Doesn't look like it's going to happen today or this season for Yates Racing. Or Yates Racing, I should say. About to reload and get ready for next season, looks like. Callum Wells, he's 20th in the standings. He could be the driver that knocked Aaron Williams out of the top 20, as well as Aaron Reed, but Reed would have to do well, and so is Wells, and Williams would have to do terrible to drop out of the top 20, but it's a long shot. Williams might be a wild card regardless. As John Henley's pushing Trent Dunham past James McLeod, you know, that 3 and that 25, they're going to be battling hard for the championship. They battled hard for the points lead all season long. So that 3 and the 25 are probably some early favorites for the championship this season. And the 8-car Trent Dunham, as of right now, would probably make his first ever chase in that 8-car. You had to think about this for James McLeod for a moment. 1 season ago, he was dead last in standings majority of the season driving for Red Bull Racing. What a turnaround. He goes from last, and now he's leading the point standings going into the final race. The chase already locked in. McLeod looks like he's back where he used to be, back to his old ways of running good. But, I mean, a huge turnaround for this driver. A big morale boost also for that driver as well. And Eric Burns, he's starting to fall back a little bit. Here comes Trent Dunham under him. Dylan Poteet got by him, as well as Tim Freilich. Freilich dropped from the start. He started about 6th, back to 11th place. See Dylan driving the Pepsi Max paint scheme, going under the 36 now. Dylan has nothing to lose either. neither one of these drivers do. They're both not going to make the chase. And we go back up to the front a little bit. Steven Gonzalez is about to have some company from Taylor Orndorff. Right now, Danny Wells cannot run down Ralph Green. It's just Ralph Green's sailing right now. I don't know if they're going to catch the field either. Everybody's up to pace. A distance stayed about the same. There's nothing you can do at Richmond. It's one of those tracks where it's either clean or it can be a wreck fest. Earlier in the season it was a wreck fest, and that's how we saw Dylan Young come out of nowhere and win. You just had to go for every position you can. Danny gained a 10th on him. Well, actually not even a 10th, but he has Seth Cole after him again. So every time they're about to gain on the 28, they start racing each other hard. Danny's going to get the run off the high side. He might actually close in even more on Ralph Green. But Danny Wells, 15th in the standings, no wins. He needs everything he can to get into the chase. But with Becker, Acosta, Parsons, all running bad, he's ahead of Eric Burden, who's ahead of him in points. He's ahead of Matthew Rodriguez. Seth Cole is 9th in the standings. He's ahead of him as of right now. Dylan Young is behind him. I mean, everybody Danny's racing with in points are behind him. So Danny might be in a really good spot right now. And he might need to stay in front of Seth Cole. You never know. Every point can matter to make this chase. I believe, I don't know if it was a season ago or 2 seasons ago, somebody only missed the chase by 1 point. I believe it was Zohar Munn back in season 2. Back when he was driving the 93. I believe last year there was also a close one as well. You have to look back, James Qualls gets the wildcard spot over Alexander and Dawson by about 5 or 3 points, something like that. So, yeah, I mean, every point will matter. It's kind of like what happened to Gordon and Kyle Busch in real life. Like, every point, every position can matter in this season when you pass people. And there is a winner from Richmond earlier this season, Dylan Young. He is in the back. He is not running good either, and neither is Reb Bell. If Reb wants to make the chase again, she's in good position, but she's making it hard on herself. I mean, where she is right now, she probably will fall out of the top 10. The question for these drivers with one win, they're not in the top 10, is going to be where Eric Burden finishes or if Aaron Williams falls out. And Williams is struggling heavily as well. You see Mike Becker, Ryan Acosta back here as well. And Brandon Parsons and Matthew Rodriguez. Jack Richards, it doesn't really matter how he does today. He's already in the chase. There's Dougie Shears. Jessica Lawrence is starting to fall back. That 20 car just struggled heavily this season. I don't think they're going to be working together again next season probably. There's been a lot of teams that are just struggling heavily. They can't do nothing. Ryan Jukes back here racing with Brody Banta. Banta looks like a favorite to make the chase after he got picked up a couple of quick wins. But Banta just struggled the last 3 races. Fell out of contention. Now he's not going to make the chase. Banta just trying to get more wins and stuff. But what we thought was going to be a little bit of a surprise for that 78 team out of nowhere to come and make the chase by a wild card spot has vanished for this team. Barney Ward was an early favorite as well. He struggled heavily. He's been involved in a lot of bad crashes. He has Quaker State back on the car, but Barney Ward was up in the standings for a majority of the early parts of the season, up in the top 10, actually in the top 5. He did win at Phoenix, but after that, nothing. So Barney Ward, what we thought was going to be a good season for this Kendrick team, just didn't evaporate, or just evaporate, I guess you could say. That was it. Callum Wells broke into victory lane finally at Atlanta. Got back to victory lane, but he still got knocked out mathematically even though he won. So Callum not going to make the chase this season like he did a year ago. Well, a season ago. Oh, I see smoke. Who wrecked? We got Valpley, and Brandon Parsons is wrecked. Brandon Parsons got turned, I believe, by Cody Lamas. Oh my God. Brandon Parsons, 11th in the standings. He was only 3 points out of 10th place, got spun out. And Danny Wells has caught Ralph Green while we were away. He's pulled away from Seth Cole, and Danny Wells is all over the back bumper of the 28 Haviland Ford of Ralph Green. Danny Wells, he knows this is his time. He needs to win. Danny might get maximum points. He might do a James Qualls to come out of nowhere and make the chase. He needs to win, though. I believe Ralph Green's already locked up the most laps led. Yes, he has. Definitely. There's Brandon Parsons, and that could have been the end of Brandon Parsons' chances to make the chase. Driving into the top 10 with 0 wins, he can't fall back on anything because he has no wins. He's basically in Carl Edwards territory in real life. No wins don't help you out at all. But Danny Wells is right there with Ralph Green. But Ralph's trying to pull away again, but Danny's going to try to run him back down. Don't know exactly what happened. We'll have to go take a look at that real quick. Ralph Green's the leader. Let's go see what happened to the 99 car. And if it did involve the 56 or not. We'll find out. Parsons is up on the high side behind Jessica Lawrence. He might have had enough of her getting stuck behind her. He tries to switch lanes right here. He's going to cut down right in front of Cody Lamas. I believe he's clear. He is clear. He's on the bottom. Well, what happens here? We'll have to find out. Mike Becker, Matt Wells, they get a little close. And Cody Lamas is going to get into the left rear fender of the 99 Best Spot Ford and turns one of the contenders to make it. And Cody Lamas goes up and pinches Emilio Navarre in the wall. And that was right in front. Red Bell gained some spots right there. Got by Dylan Young and Aaron Williams and Daryl Parsons. Cody Lamas spun, and Brandon Parsons just got taken out right there by the 56. I don't know what Cody Lamas was doing right there. I don't know why you're racing a championship contender that hard, but Cody Lamas definitely looks like he took out Brandon Parsons out of contention to make the chase this season. Tough break for the rookie in the 99, getting taken out by a newer driver. The winner on that was Red Bell, though. She gained a lot of spots. We'll see if that helps her out any. Let's go back up to the lead for live action with Ralph Green and Danny Wells battling for the lead as we continue on with this race. We're back. Ralph Green is starting to pull back away from Danny Wells. In single file most of the way through this field. We go back a little bit to the battle right here for that is 7th place between teammates Zohar Martin and Steven Gonzalez. Zohar has already won this season. Steven is still looking for that win. And look at the driver behind him running 9th place. Great run for Liam Irving. You see this teammate Danny Wells and James Qualls running good up there. So it looks like a good day for Rouse Speedway drivers. Most of them except for Brandon Parsons. He might have been taken out of the chances of winning the championship. The big question right now is these drivers back here: Mike Becker, Dylan Young, Aaron Williams, Red Bell, Brandon Parsons. What is going to happen amongst them? There's Brian Acosta, Matthew Rodriguez, Ryan Juke. Those drivers are running in the back. And drivers that are taking advantage of all this: Danny Wells, Seth Cole, James Qualls, Zach Carlson. You see Jacob Rodriguez, Trent Dunham. There's Eric Burton. He's in 16th. He's still a big factor. He's going to be in the chase regardless, but we don't know if it's going to be in the top 10 or if he's going to get in through wild card. We'll have to wait and see. And then Aaron Williams, we'll have to see where he falls in the point standings. Because Callum Wells is ahead of him. I believe Aaron Reed is as well. And it looks like Ralph Green is starting to pull back away from Danny Wells. He's opened it up to 3/10 over Danny with 7 laps to go. Danny's going to try it wherever he can. I don't know if they're going to catch this car, Brandon Parsons, but this is what a shame to see this 99 car be taken out like that. His chances to make the chase could be possibly over, more than likely over, where he is right now running dead last. And there's Cody Lamas, the car that spun him out. I don't know what happened though, why the 56 did turn him, but Brandon Parsons' chances to win the chase, or championship, or getting in it, I guess you could say, is possibly over. Oh, more than likely. Ralph Green though, he's having a mare full of Danny Wells, and these other drivers are pulling up. And look, he snuck into 4th place. A former winner here, Taylor Orndorff. He has struggled so bad this season in that 91 car. He got around James Qualls and just took 4th place away from him. He's racing for nothing but wins. He's been out of it for weeks now, and now he's going up on the back bumper of Seth Cole. As these drivers are all closing in on the 2 leaders, Danny Wells, he has 4 more laps to go after Ralph Green. He's pulling to the inside. Danny Wells has a run. He put a fender to the inside of Ralph Green, but can he hold it? No, he can't. Ralph Green pulls back ahead. Brandon Parsons won't be a factor. That's Danny's teammate. And Ralph Green extends that lead once again. Danny's trying stuff out, see where he's better. He gets in the corner. Look how much better he got. Danny Wells to the inside of Ralph Green for the lead. 3 laps to go. Danny waited. He bided his time, and he got to the door of the 28, and now he's cleared him. Danny Wells to the lead with 3 laps to go. What a move by the 60 car. Danny's doing exactly what he has to do to win this, to get in the chase. He has to win this race. Every point matters. This is helping him out a lot, and there is a bonus point in the middle lap. 2 laps to go for Danny Wells, the rookie, looking for his first career Mountain Dew Race Series victory. Ralph Green probably cannot believe he just let the 60 go by. He's dominated this whole race, leading every lap but the last one, and probably the next 2 if he doesn't catch up. He's trying to close back in on the 60 car, but that 60 is faster than the 28. Danny Wells is going to come around and take the white flag. 1 lap to go for Danny Wells. He's been so close in both the series, the Nationwide and the Cup Series. He cannot find a victory in either series. He's a lap and a half away from winning his first ever Mountain Dew Race Series victory. And in the most crucial race here at Richmond, he comes off the final corner in turns 3 and 4. Now he's coming off turn number 4. Danny Wells is going to hang on, and Danny Wells is going to win the Federated Auto Parts 400 here at Richmond. And finally, he's thinking, finally, Danny has won here in the Mountain Dew Race Series. He beat out Ralph Green, the heartbreaker for the 2018. And Ralph Green was looking for that first win of the season. Led every lap but the last 3. Finished second, but Danny Wells did what he had to do when he came to Richmond. Started up front, bided his time, got around Ralph Green. Danny Wells in victory lane for the first time here in the Mountain Dew Race Series and wins it at Richmond. What a big win for the 60 team. We're waiting for everybody to get across the line, I think, still. It looks like they are done. And the last regular season race is over. Danny Wells did not lead the most laps, but he gets the bonus points for winning the race. Danny Wells will be going to victory lane, and this has to help him a lot to make the chase. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to go back and calculate the points. It'll be after this race. But Danny Wells, your winner. Ralph Green, second. Seth Cole, third. Definitely helped him out. He's probably going to make the chase as well. Taylor Orndorff, great run for him. 4th place, I believe this is his first top 5 of the season. Taylor will finish 4th. That's the season best. James Qualls will end up 5th. I don't think James will make the chase, but definitely a good race for him regardless. And this is one of his better tracks. Zach Carlson finished 6th. He's still questionable. Steven Gonzalez 7th, already in. Dylan Pote, good run for him in 8th. As well as Zohar Mine in 9th. And Jacob Rodriguez, that 10th place pretty much locked him in as well. He didn't have to finish good anyway, but he should be locked in. Liam Ervig will finish 11th. Sean Henley 12th, already locked in. Sean Galligan, another good run, 13th. Trent Dunham 14th. He should be a lock in the chase. Eric Burton 15th. We don't know where his situation is. Where he is will determine a lot of people's destiny if he drove into the top 10 or not. We know he passed Brandon Parsons. We'll have to wait and see about the rest though. Tim Fralick finished 16th. Good run for him. Charles Jackson 17th. Jessica Miller 18th. Connor Breen 19th. And Michael Causey will finish 20th. And now we look down to the rest of the field. Just point out some notables. James McLeod, he'll end up 24th, but wasn't really a big deal of race. He still probably wanted to win, but he wanted to play it safe and not wreck a car. Ryan Juke went up 25th. Matthew Rodriguez 26th. Then you see Jack Richards 30th. Ryan Acosta ended up 31st. I don't know if that's going to save him or not. He doesn't have a win, so if he dropped out of the top 10, he's done. Mike Becker 33rd, came to 10th in the standings. That's questionable as well. Dylan Young 36th, didn't help him out at all. Probably not going to make the chase unless he gets in with that one win. We'll have to wait and see how the calculation goes. Aaron Williams finished 37th. He didn't help himself out at all. But my voice is shaky. But Aaron didn't help himself at all, and he ended up 37th. Red Bell 38th. She was 7th in the standings. I don't know about her either. Daryl Parsons, Emilio Navarre, Cody Lamas. The controversy between him spinning out Brandon Parsons, 11th in the standings coming in, finishes dead last after getting turned by Lamas. Well guys, that was your results from today's race. The points, like I said, will follow after this race, and it will show who made the chase and who didn't. So just stay tuned guys. I will go calculate them right now, and it will follow after this race, the video, whatever. And I believe our first race will be at Chicagoland. So that'll be the next race. I'm not going to show that. I'm just going to show the post-race screen, and then we'll go right to the points. But thank you again, guys, for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the little pre-race stuff I put together and all that, and little happy hour session and all this. And let's make this a good chase. Season number 4 chase for the Mountain Race Series Championship is on now. Who made it? Did you? Find out after this.